Hello, welcome to this short video on understanding conjunctions, prepositions and pronouns. So these are three really important parts of speech that help us to build clear and meaningful sentences. They do feature in the literacy audit, and they are also parts of speech that you will need to make sure that your students are able to use and understand. So let's start with a conjunction. So think of conjunctions like the glue that holds a part of a sentence together. They can join simple words like apples and oranges, or connect bigger ideas, such as I wanted to go, but it rained. I've got some examples on the screen there of conjunctions: and, but, or, and because. And a quick tip: use conjunctions to combine ideas smoothly and to avoid disjointed sentences. So a conjunction can help that kind of the fluency of your writing. A preposition then, what is a preposition? So a preposition can help add details about where something happens. So an example would be on the table. So on is the preposition, and that tells us where the thing is. It can also tell us when it happens. So during the movie, during is the preposition, and it tells us when something is happening. It can also tell us how things relate, so between friends. So between is the preposition, and it's telling us how things relate. So you've got some examples on the screen there of prepositions: in, on, at, between and during. Quick tip: remember, prepositions usually come before nouns or pronouns and tell us when, where or how. So it's a when, where or how situation when we're thinking about how to use prepositions. Our third part of speech then in this brief video is a pronoun. So a pronoun is a word that replaces a noun to avoid repetition. So if you were using a paragraph where John featured heavily, instead of using John multiple times, assuming John goes by the pronouns he, we could replace the noun John with the pronoun he in the paragraph. Okay, so pronouns help sentences to flow better and to make writing clearer. So again, a well-used pronoun can help with the fluency of your or your students' writing. Some examples then of pronouns: he, she, it, they and we. And a quick tip: use pronouns to make sentences less repetitive and easier to understand. Okay, so let's practice then. So as we've talked about, conjunctions help to link thoughts. Notice how the meaning changes based on which conjunction you use. So you might want to pause the video now to have a quick practice with those three examples. Okay, so let's fill in the blanks then. So the conjunction for the first example: I want to go, but I am tired. So you could arguably put some other conjunctions in there, but probably makes the most sense. Would you like tea or coffee? So or is the conjunction that we are likely to use in that second example. I mean, it could potentially be, would you like tea and coffee? But unlikely, so or seems to be the most sensible conjunction to put there. And number three, she was late because she missed the bus. So it's likely that the conjunction that needs to go in there is going to be because. And here are the answers. So but or because, all examples of conjunctions. Okay, moving on then, a short quiz on preposition practice. So prepositions can be a little bit tricky because they show relationships, but practicing with the really common ones can help to improve your understanding, and I would recommend that you do this with your students as well. So you might want to pause the video now to have a quick go at the three questions there. Okay, so the answers then: choose the right preposition. The book is on the table is the most likely preposition there, and it could be under the table, it could be by the table, but given those examples that you've got there of potential answers, on makes the most sense. We met at noon. Okay, so at is the most likely preposition there that tells us what time we met. And then number three, the cat jumped over the wall, is the most likely preposition there. And here are the answers: on, at and over, which are all examples of common prepositions. Okay, so our third quick practice then, pronoun practice. Remember that pronouns save time and they avoid repetition. It's really, really important to match the pronoun correctly with the noun that it replaces. So again, you might want to pause the video here to have very quick pronoun practice. Okay, so let's go over some answers then. If Maria uses the she, her pronouns, Maria likes ice cream can be replaced with she likes ice cream. The dogs are barking, they are barking, so they becomes the pronoun. And then John and I are friends, we are friends. We replaces John and I as the pronoun. To review the answers, she, they and were the pronouns that could be used in those sentences. Final tips then to round off this short video. So tips, use conjunctions to join ideas clearly. They can really add a clarity to your writing or your students' writing. Prepositions show the relationships of time and place, and then pronouns are used to replace nouns and to avoid repetition. So those are the rules of these three parts of speech that we've looked at today. If you want a final quick practice, there's a quick quiz at the end there for you.